Yo, what's going on guys, it's Anime One back with another video, and today I'm here with another part of What If Naruto at the jougan. So if you guys like the content in the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, also like this video. So let's begin the video. So if you guys don't remember what in the previous part happened, Naruto was sent on a mission where he had to kill the daimyo's daughter. And for that, he tried to do it, but the daimyo's daughter guard at that time was Orochimaru. So they fought. Naruto actually defeated Orochimaru with pretty ease, but Orochimaru pretended like he was dead, and he caught Naruto off guard and then stabbed his Kusanagi blade right through Naruto's chest, almost killing him. And when Orochimaru transformed into his Hydra form and tried to kill Naruto by completely eradicating him to the very cell of his body, Naruto vanished, and someone instead of Naruto, who was in Naruto's body, spoke to Orochimaru and said that he was an inferior creature, and pretty much dealt with Orochimaru with something called Eclipse Release. And if you guys remember at the starting of the What If, you would remember that silver colored thing that Arashi told Naruto about. So let's begin the video. Naruto was knocked out. Naruto opened his eyes as he looked around. He was in a completely white world. Everything was white. Under him, beside him, above him, everything was white, and bright. He heard a voice. "Hey there, lol, brat." Naruto turned around and saw nothing. Who is there?" Naruto asked. His jougan was activated, but he couldn't see anything. How is that possible, even with his eye? "That eye originally belonged to me, you fool. That's why you can't see me." "Well, unless I do this." Naruto heard a snap of the finger as he felt something on his shoulder. He slowly turned around to see a figure with a galaxy-like sign all around him, and markings all over his body. He had four eyes. He had the same eyes as Naruto, but instead of only having one jougan, the being had two of them. "Who are you?" Naruto asked. The being narrowed his eyes at Naruto. "My name is insignificant. I'm a god, but if you really want my name, I don't have one, because I was eradicated at such a long time ago. Well, you see, brat, my power was too much to be killed off. That's why, to actually kill me, you need to send my power away somewhere. And the main source of my power was my eyes. One of the eyes that you wield, and the other one is where Konoha. Yes, that's where it is. But you'll see that soon. I wanted to talk to you, the other brat. His mind is way too simple. Only wanting the good for the world. That's not something that I want, but I cannot directly influence him. That's why I didn't bother. But you, on the other hand, have darkness within you. You'll be able to completely use the power of the jougan to its maximum limit. Unlike the other one, you have a strong will to do anything to make all of your ambitions come true. That's what I seek. And I'll show you what the eye that you wield can really do. Hold still." The figure said as he grabbed Naruto's forearm and closed his eyes. Naruto also closed his eyes. Everything flashed in that moment. Both of them opened their eyes. Naruto's eyes were wide, with a horrified look on his face, as the Otsutsuki god, was looking at the brat. That Naruto was speechless. The god chuckled. It's a rather amusing sight, isn't it? You're the one who's gonna be doing that in the future. One of the abilities of the left jougan, sorry, of the right jougan, is that it grants you the ability to peek into the future. And what you saw is gonna happen, and you cannot change it. It's just fate running its cycle. It's amusing more than anything. The god said as he started floating around Naruto, might as well tell you the story if you're here. How you got this power? I'm pretty sure you must be curious. The god said. Naruto's face was still horrified, nodded. Well, we'll start. You see, I was a very special being as the moment I was born. I was above all of my clansmen, above all the Otsutsuki's that were there. Because my power level was really high, I was what you people call a prodigy, a genius. So I discovered a way for us Otsutsuki's to get stronger. That was by consuming chakra fruits from going planet to planet. I was the one who did that the most, and soon I evolved into a being that could not be comprehended by this universe. I became what you see right now, a god. But few people, the actual gods of this universe, didn't want that, the celestials. So they had a battle with me, and they lost. After that, they ran away and figured out a way to completely kill me off. But for that, but my power was too much to just be killed off. So they sealed me away and then killed me off. But because they killed me, my power came down to this planet where somehow chakra was available. I come to later on know that one of my own clansmen, Kaguya Otsutsuki, was the one who did this deed. But I'm not gonna get into that. You just need to know what the eye that you wield is the eye that I wielded so many millennia ago. So, in short, you are half god. But with this eye, you can only grant access 10% of my power. But don't worry, even that 10% is more than enough to actually be above anyone in this planet. You have got all the knowledge that I transferred into you just right now by that eye. But what we did right now, you know all the abilities of the eye, all the experiences, everything you can do. Then why didn't you do this with the other one? Naruto asked. The god chuckled. It's simple. The bread wasn't interesting enough, but you, on the other hand, are. Compassion, you have it, but in a toxic manner. You still haven't let go of your clan, brat. But that's how it should be. The love that you have for your clan is the same love that I had for the Otsutsuki clan. You and I are the same. There's no difference. I see myself in you. You want to protect your clansmen, and for that you're willing to do anything, even if that's to destroy the world itself as we know it. And is what you're gonna do. You have saw the future, haven't you? The god said. Naruto gave him a slow nod. He's still pretty horrified. The god put a hand on Naruto's shoulder. Do not regret the decisions that you're taking right now. I can only appear 2 times. In total, I could only appear 3 times. The first time I appeared when you were killed by the root ninjas that were after you when you were in Konoha. At that time, I used the Eclipse release that you can also have access to now since you have the knowledge that I provided you. And the second time, you know how it went. And the third time was actually the first time. when one that Konoha brat died a long time ago and awakened his jougan just like you did. But instead of having it in his right eye, he has it in his left one. The left one also has some peculiar abilities, but you already know of it. You have half of the abilities, and the other one has the half. But remember this, Naruto Uzumaki, that your destiny, you cannot avoid it. That's how fate works. That's how this life of the cycle works. Do not regret the decisions that you take, because you want to live proud by always holding your head high up and always thinking about your people. That's what true kings do. That's what true leaders do. Remember that as you continue your life. The gods started fading away, giving Naruto one last, very mischievous smile. See you, Naruto Uzumaki. I wish you good luck in what's about to happen in the future. And with that, Naruto opened his eyes in the real world. Well, you seems like you're awake. Naruto heard a voice. He saw Kisame, who was beside him, grinning. Naruto's eyes twisted in annoyance. Don't you dare, Kisame. Kisame started to laugh. Just kidding, Chief. You don't need to worry about it. I mean, he has the superior dojutsu, but he's still lost. Or, even if he won, he was knocked out. I mean, what the fuck? Isn't he supposed to be our leader? Nagato said in a sarcastic tone as Naruto's eyes started twitching. You bastards, Naruto said. All of them laughed. Even the stoic Kakuzu, who was, well, stoic most of the time, laughed. I guess it is what it is, Naruto said. But the people who were there were Kisame, Nagato, Kakuzu, Sasori, and also Deidara. Well, those were some of the people that were there. As Naruto decided, you guys are annoying as fuck. But whatever. Guys, we're returning back to Hidden Rain. They all looked at him. Oh, well, that's fine, but why so suddenly? Nagato asked. Naruto looked at him. I want to take over now. It's too much. I don't want to leave Ida and Orochi are alone. God knows what Hanzo might do to now. We're going back. He said. All of them nodded as they started to pack. In a few days, they returned to the Hidden Rain village, and they did. What an entrance did they make. The guards tried to stop them, but, well, that didn't end out too well. Deidara blasted their head off with his explosives, and that alerted the village. Hanzo came out, and he fought Naruto. As both Hanzo, who was on top of his salamander, and Naruto, who was floating off the ground, with his cloak floating around. He has the same outfit that Boruto as an adult has, so I don't think I should tell you guys what he's looking like. Because Naruto looks pretty much like adult Boruto, so yeah. Hanzo was sweating as he panted. You really are a monster, Naruto Uzumaki, he said as he looked at Naruto. I knew you'd do the good to this world, but to imagine that you would betray me, I never saw this one coming, boy. He said to Naruto, who smirked at him. It's the shinobi world, Hanzo. The weak survive, the weak die, and the strong survive. That's how it has always been. I had intended to take over the Hidden Rain village right from the beginning, and that's how it's gonna be. Naruto said to Hanzo. Meanwhile, Konoha forces were coming in. They were only a few kilometers away from the land of rain. This is gonna be a surprise attack. And the forces were Minato, Sakumo, and also to look at Hanzo as the black aura surrounded him. This is the end, Hanzo. He said as Naruto took out his sword. This was a special sword. Hanzo knew this was the end for him. He closed his eyes, dying with the hand of someone of your caliber. I'm pretty sure you are stronger than all the 5 Kages at this point, but remember, everything you cannot do it alone. You need the support of others. As you continue on your life, Naruto, remember this. Everything that depends in this world is by power. The weak do not decide how the world works, but the strong create the rules, and that's what is followed. If Konoha wins this war that is happening right now, they will dominate the ninja world like how it has been since the moment Konoha was formed. But if Kumo and Eva won this war, things will be different. Much more cruel than they are right now. I can guarantee you that much. He said before Naruto just murdered some words. Eclipse release. Naruto said. Silver balls started forming in front of Naruto. This is the end for you, Hanzo. Thanks for the advice, but I doubt I'll need it. Naruto said as he completed his jutsu. Darkness. Folio. And with that, the ball was fired off as Hanzo just looked at the ball incoming. What a shame, he thought, before his entire body was eradicated, and not even a single trace was left. The salamander poofed away as Naruto started descending down to the ground. Bodies littered everywhere around him. The land of rain was his. He had won the war. Meanwhile, Ada and Arashi were not happy with this. They were trying to confront Naruto, but they were stopped by Kisame, who refused to let them. But when they asked him why, he gave them a simple word: "Chief's orders." That's all he said, and after that he didn't let them off. Kisame was loyal to Naruto, and that was the way it was gonna stay. Meanwhile, the forces of Konoha reached the borders of the land of rain. Sakumo and Minato, along with, in the Fugaku were there leading the forces. They didn't think they would need much of the forces of Konoha. Only about 4,000 men were there, with 3 of them leading the forces. Because this was only like quarter of the forces. Konoha had more than 20,000 ninjas in the disposal, so this was not that many. So yeah. Meanwhile, at the borders, everything had calmed down, but the Rainbow's military had become extremely weak since most of the people had followed Hanzo, since they didn't want their leadership changed. But Naruto and the Uzumakis had supported Naruto. Fortunately, not even one of the Uzumakis had died. Arashi was not happy. He was sure that there could have been something. They could have negotiated with Hanzo in some way, but this was what Naruto chose. Naruto was now the leader, and he had to follow him. Before anything, Arashi was called out. Arashi-san, one of the guards said as he came out to Arashi. Arashi was the second in command right after Hanzo, but since Ananza was no there, he was still second in command since Naruto had elected him, even if they didn't meet even a single time since Naruto came back. What is it? Arashi asked. Well, Konoha, they're attacking us. What? Arashi said in a very panicked voice. This isn't good. Arashi thought. Inform Naruto immediately about this, he said. The guard nodded as he went towards the tower where Naruto resided. Meanwhile, in the tower, Naruto, Kisame, and Akatsuki were just in a conference table discussing what they were gonna do about the village. But soon a guard came in. Naruto-sama, he said. Naruto looked at him. What is it? He asked. The leaf. They have decided to attack us. They're only a few meters away from our borders, sir, he said. Naruto's eyes widened for a moment before they returned to normal. Very well then. Kisame, Nagato, you both know what to do. And Deidara, Sasori, Kakuzu, you three will be the ones that'll actually fight the normal Shinobi Alliance. I'll fight who is in the main force and the leader of these forces, Naruto asked. As the guard gulped, he didn't want Naruto-sama to fight that man. The yellow flash of the leaf, he said. Naruto's eyes hardened as they were filled with rage for only a millisecond. No one noticed it. Very well then, I'll be fighting Minato myself, Naruto said. All of their eyes widened except Kisame's. Well, if that's what you want. We are only your subordinates, Naruto. We will follow you till the end of the earth. Now, Kisame said, alright. Naruto gave him the nod. If that's what you want, leader, I have no objections, he said. Arashi, get him here as well. Before the guard could leave, Arashi himself came in. I'm here, Naruto. Arashi was rather pissed, but he didn't show it. Arashi, it's been a long time for my friend, but as you know, we're not in the condition to do, some things. So, well, how about it? We are at war, so let's get this done with. If you're gonna push back Konoha and prove to them that we are not weak. Isn't that right, guys? Everyone in the room nodded. This was in war, and Naruto was sure that he would make his country win, no matter what. He would never face the thing that happened to him 3 years ago. And those monkeys were completely destroyed. He would not let that happen again. He was currently 18 years old, and that's how things were gonna turn out. Naruto opened up his jougan to see it. The jougan glared around at everyone. Guys, no matter what we do, we're gonna push them back, even if it costs our life. Do you get it? They all gave him a nod. Very well then, give it our hearts. Keep on fighting, because that's all we can do in this cruel shinobi world. With that, they all left after war. That's gonna be the day where Konoha was gonna notice the wrath of Uzumaki Naruto. And it was not gonna be pleasant.